Hello, Asim Rays here. I thought I would follow up my other video with a tier list that I'm just gonna throw out there. So let's get into it. So you will immediately see I only have 4 tiers. It's because I think every unit has a purpose besides maybe like one or two, but I think they're all useful in their own way because they all lead to their own synergies and stuff. So I don't think any of them should be below a C, honestly, because they all have their own use and all that stuff. So let's get into it. So at first, I'm gonna look for this broken girl, and where's the other one? Right here. So these two, I think they're S tier simply because first they can ulti. So if you get a 3-star Lulu, she ults 3 people, and you're just like, oh yeah, there's that. Kale does the same exact thing. She's super broken. If you have a noble comp and you have a 3-star Kale, obviously you just win. If you have a 2-star Kale, you probably just win because you only need 6 nobles, and then you just fill in like you can go Imperial, and it's just dumb. So let's. What am I gonna put in the next tier? I'm trying to think if there's any other S tiers. I kind of meme this one, but Yasuo I believe is S tier because he's pretty much the best one drop in my personal opinion, because he's 700 HP. He gets a 700 HP shield, and if you 2-star him, I don't know his 2-star HP. I've only gotten it once, but I know he's pretty tanky by himself. And then if you just give him items, he's just gonna be really, really strong. So we're gonna go to the A tier next. I'm gonna go with Kindred because her ulti is just really good. Uh, Kennen AoE CC is really good. Cho'Gath AoE CC, same thing, really good. Mm. I'm gonna put Darius because he's a good early game unit and he's good Imperial unit. He has a lot of healing and AoE. Draven's still really strong even though they cut his damage in half. Uh, I kind of want to put Blitzcrank there because he kind of gets you out of some situations. Super fun. Garen, super strong early game champion. If you get him 3-star, he might carry you through the whole game. And he gets the noble buff, so he just gets super, super tanky. Nidalee is still no, that's not Nidalee. Nidalee's still super strong. Gnar is super strong. Like okay, so AOE, death prevention. Oh, if I can speak. AOE CC, AOE CC, just really good tank. High damage, AOE damage, healing, and like early game sustain. AOE CC. Brilliant Soul is really good too. He's AOE damage. I guess I can throw Varus in there too. AOE CC. Akali is one of the best one drops in the game too, because she gains energy like every 2 hits, and she just destroys people. Trying to think. Vayne is really good. I'm gonna put her in A because if she has a lot of attack speed, she will just melt the enemy team. So I'm gonna go Leona Braum. So from my experience, you go Leona Braum. I've got a Leona Braum a majority of my games, and they are really strong together. 40 armor for everyone around them. And usually I go Noble, Leona Braum, because obviously Leona is a Noble. And then you just get 140 armor, and everyone heals 35 on hit. And then basically the only team that really fucks with you is mages or sorcerers. And I just haven't seen that many of them, if we're gonna be frankly honest. Everyone likes running nobles or assassins, and then like Noble is like the perfect anti-assassin comp because you just get a bunch of armor and healing on hit, and you're like, oh, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna put Ash here too, because Glacial is really strong, and I've seen one build that's really strong on Ash. It's a bunch of attack speed and Spear Surge, and she just ran through like machine gun, stunning all my units, and I'm like, well, what do you even do? Anivia. AoE, her ulti, her AoE slow, it slows all attack speed on all units in its area. I think this is super big. I don't think it's S tier because I mean a lot of people don't use her, but it's hard. It's hard. I kind of want to put her S because that AoE slow. It's a really big percentage, and I had it happen to me once, and it was a 1-star, and it just with so much attack speed reduction, it was just super aids to play against, and it's just nice. Lysandra, Lucian, yeah, and I'm gonna put Pike up here. Pike is a really good assassin. I like his AoE stun. It's probably my most favorite assassin ability, if we're gonna be completely honest, because you just go through and stun everybody. Brand is also another really good one drop. Okay, I guess we're gonna go to the next tier. Blitzcrank. Oh my man. If he items make him worth it, to be honest, because you can put a Spear Sojin on him or like magic damage, and you'll just pull and one shot the enemy carry. It's the funniest thing on the face of the earth. I've done it a few times. It's great. Blitzcrank, not Blitzcrank, Gangplank, really good. They buffed his barrels. His barrels are actually insane because you can put ability power on him, and his barrels do like 900 damage at like 1-star, and it's disgusting. It's great. Graves, kind of don't need to talk about him. Him with red buff is still super strong, even though it's like low percentage chance to get it. It's just really strong. Vagar or Vigar, sorry. He's really strong if you can star him early because he'll just one shot anything that's not the same star level as him. So if you get him 3 early on, he'll just one shot people and you run Spear Sojin on him and you just be like one shot, one shot, one shot, and it's disgusting. It's honestly disgusting. It's great. So I put Kha'Zix in the B tier. Actually, no. He's on for me. He's on the borderline from A to B because his ulti does magic damage. So if they have hypothetically, if they have Phantom Dancer, his ulti does no damage, and he's obviously jumping into the backline, and that's an attack speed item. So there's that. That's why I put him down there. Cat, she's really low health. She's really high damage though. So there's like that. She's really high damage. Really super, just super squishy though. Shen's a really good one drop. I like starting with Shen a majority of the time because his damage is just insane. Kassadin, I think, is a B tier unit. Because I like going 3-star Kassadin, Rage Blade, Bloodthirster, and sometimes Thornmail. Because then he just shreds the enemy team and while getting a big shield, and it's just super funny. Rengar is super strong. He has the same problem as Kha'Zix though. Wait, no, Phantom. Okay, so the thing I explained for Kha'Zix and Phantom Dancer is actually for Rengar. They have to have if they have Dragon buff. Sorry, if they have Dragon buff is for Kha'Zix. Or if they have the 83% magic resistance item. Really fucks Kha'Zix. Sorry, I got them swapped up. Shyvana's really strong, but I haven't used her enough to actually put her. That's why I'm just gonna throw her in the B tier. She's good for shapeshifters. That's why I'm throwing Swain here too. But it's just not enough. You got Warwick in B tier too. Morgana is really strong, but she dies a lot. I'll throw Zed in here. He has AoE in a straight line, but from what I've noticed, all the AoE straight line people, I'm looking at you, Ari. she'll like throw her orb, and there's no one there. She'll be like fighting two people. It's like 1v2 situation. They're like, oh, is she gonna pop off? And she just throws it and like misses both of them. And they're like, well, okay, that's a fun one. That's okay. That's my first C because she sucks. She sucks. So you need to fix her II. Karth is a C. Terrible. I say he's terrible, but every time I use him, even if he's 2-star, he'll start his ulti, and then they'll just murk him. He'll be like, oh, it's coming. The final time is coming, and then he just gets aced. And then you're like, well, he's like, what is he good for? Even if I put him surround him with like 6 tanks, he'll still end up dying somehow. MF, her ulti, I feel like they need to buff the damage on it because I don't know. Like every time I see her, she's just underwhelming. She's a pirate, obviously, so she's kind of good. But I don't know. They buffed pirate comp by buffing Gangplank. They nerfed Graves, sadly. Pike's really strong. Yeah. Fiora. I'm gonna put her in C. So I've seen one super funny build for her. That when Spirit-Sojin, Thornmail, and it was just the funniest, stupidest thing, and it was just great to watch because this guy had his 3-star Fiora, and he put Spirit-Sojin on it. I think he put 2 Spirit-Sojins on it and a lifesteal item. So every time she riposts, she heals, and she doesn't take damage. And oh, it's just the funniest thing. And then they just can't kill her because she's like bam, bam, bam. Oh, it's great. Tristana. I'm gonna go see her with a lot of attack speed. I don't like that. I wish her ability instead of the bomb, even though the bomb can be strong at some times. I wish they would have gave her Q attack speed. It would have just been so crazy, just having attack speed like a literal cannon. Just cannoneer, come on. Fully Bear, I'm gonna put B because he has so many synergies. Obviously, he has Glacial and he's a brawler, so he has Cho'Gath synergy. He has Rek'Sai synergy. It's just super strong. Rek'Sai, super strong starter because if you start with Rek'Sai and you get a Warwick, you get a 300. Is it 300? I think it's 300 HP buff. Super strong. Mordekaiser, he kind of lets me down. He's a knight. There's that. It's kind of like eh. Aatrox, he does a lot of damage, but you kind of have to have Blade Master to make it work so he can attack a bunch of times in a row just to get his ulti. Elise, another shapeshifter. You don't need her for the shapeshifter passive, but yeah, there's that. Poppy CC is worth it, but and then Evelyn. So, like I said, all these units are good in their own right, but not like that's why I don't have any lower tiers because like you saw how hard it was for me to decide where they went, anyways. But these 3 I think are S tier because just multiply ulting and she drops a ton of CC. Like if you ult both your frontliners, everyone gets knocked up on the enemy team. Being invincible obviously is broken. Yasuo, he has tons of damage and he has CC in a straight line. I've seen my Yasuo knock up the entire enemy team and it's just the greatest feeling in the world. And then AoE CC is just king right now. AoE damage is really strong. I almost did a meme. I almost put this in its own category, named it V. Shout out to LS. Super, super funny. So yeah, that's my tier guide on the champions. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.